Greetings everyone. Hope all of you are having a fantastic day. Let's get right back into this Pathfinder playthrough. And my movement speed is back. Let's continue forward marching. Excellent. The site of an old battle between the Crusaders and demons is still strewn with thousands of corpses. The stench of death hangs thick in the air, while the survivors lurch around the battlefield, looting whatever they can. The dead, after all, won't need their trinkets and keepsakes anytime soon. Awesome. And we are not high enough level for taking on level 4 enemies yet. That is one thing that's different about the Crusade system now compared to when I did my videos on it. The numbers actually do matter. They've balanced it a little bit more where if you're level 2 and you go up against a level 4 character, you're probably going to get massacred. I can't speak for how it is after you take Dresden, if maybe your power levels increase significantly because of changes that are made to the Crusader army. As I mentioned before, it bugged out, so I couldn't go into that. But before you take Dresden, yeah, pay attention to it. Awesome, we'll accept that. The outpost at Villareth Ford, which straddles the West Selling Crossing and is of strategic importance, has been taken. The cultists are destroyed, and the commander's army is able to operate on both sides of the river. Awesome. And, okay, that's all the movement speed we have for right now. Oh, crap. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, the war cat moves along with it. I would have waited, but it's fine. Whatever. Let's go. Magical anomalies are common in the world of Golarion. So common that the use of the word anomaly itself is questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume that the strange sky, the ghostly fire from rifts in the ground, the rain of eyeballs, all that the Worldwound is known for, should find some purchase in the mortal mind. But even the most worldly of travelers feel uneasy at its borders. Why? Perhaps instinctively they understand that this place is not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound, an ulcer, through which the world itself bleeds into the abyss. The commander and his army walk up the high bank of the West Selling River, where it draws near the border of the Worldwound. The soldiers' feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over their sharp edges, and sickening bends, the shade of mercury on the horizon, rise into dirty rust. As it arches above the soldiers' heads, it regains its familiar azure hue. A whisper sweeps through the ranks and soon turns into a grumble. The commander gives a signal to wait and climbs to the highest point along the bank. There, he decides to look around. There is strange movement in the sky. Black clouds twist into funnels and turn a sickly yellow. The brooding storm is on the side of the river, ahead of the army. Avoiding the strange phenomenon will hardly be possible. The commander decides to Diplomacy 20, address the soldiers and boost their morale. Or actually, that's 14, either way. Succeeded. Establishing rapport with his troops is yet another battle that the leader must face. Through the subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale, or lose face and authority. Addressing the army on the border of the Worldwound, the commander seeks to establish himself as a military leader on this new battleground, and his efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully, smiles appearing on their faces. Someone in the ranks jokes that the demons are growing tired of waiting for them. The army keeps moving. Lines of soldiers step warily beneath the shroud of low black clouds. It's like the Worldwound has reached out a finger into the lands of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless, but then the clouds come to life, shooting out howling tornadoes one after another. The tornadoes come from all sides, from ahead, behind, and right above the soldiers' heads. The power of the elements on one side of the scales, the soldier's faith and inspiration on the other. It's plain to see which is greater. The determined army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. The struggle lasts over half an hour, but the army's only losses are a few bags of supplies and a dozen hats whipped off into the sky. After stopping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue on. Their first encounter with the Worldwound has ended in their favor. Close. All right. And let me just check. Right, nothing there. Enter. So what I was saying is that is the difference now also with the army. It uses your perception checks to pick things up. And that is very, very useful. Such a better system than what we had before. We're going to be using this team for a little while, so let's go ahead and get this formation together. Simba's not all that he can be yet, so we're going to put you in the back line. Let myself and Seelah be the front line. You're going to... Oh, actually, no. I'll bring Windowog up a little bit. Amber, you seem to be a little bit off. It's going to be off no matter what. All right, that's better.
Now,
all right.
what is that?
Pick up that. What is that? We're finally here. Elon and Curl must be around here somewhere, and Janet too, if they gave her permission to leave. Ah, there they are. Hey, why do it look like the deer walked out with them? Greetings, Seelah, and greetings to you, Knight Commander. Sir Elon puts his hands behind his back and bows slightly. Then he casts an inquisitive glance at you. He seems less friendly than he was the day you met at the Defender's Heart. Jana put her hands on her hips. She looks even more dashing than usual. Elon is feeling a little shy. He thought he asked for help from a couple nobodies like us, but now you've turned into the saviors of Canabras, knights of the Fifth Crusade, marked by Amadeus' blessing. And you still came to help him dig through a pile of junk. Seelah frowns a little. Let's not talk about it. I assure you, I'm the same Seelah, your friend from the League of the Cart, and we came here to help you look for Elon's ring. By the way, where's Curl? He didn't come with us. He said an old wound was acting up. All right, my friends, since we're here, let's finish this mission quickly. I really don't feel comfortable bothering the Knight Commander with my personal problems. I'm glad we're here to help you, Elon. I hope everything works out perfectly for your wedding, too. I love weddings so much. They're full of joy and new beginnings. But I haven't been to any yet. Can I come? Of course, Lady Ember. Let's hope my bride doesn't run away from the bungler who managed to lose the ring he bought for her. Is there something wrong, Elan? Am I making you nervous? The young knight is obviously embarrassed. I apologize. Jana is right. Much has changed since we met in Canabras. Some things for the better, some not at all. He stopped short, apparently unwilling to elaborate. What does the ring look like, and where should we look for it? The last time I saw the ring, it was with my things in my traveling chest. Now the camp's in total disarray. I don't know how we'll ever find it. The ring is made of a shiny silver metal with a deep blue-green jewel. You can't miss it. Master Derek is not just a jeweler, he's an artist. There's no mistaking one of his creations. Sounds delightful. I wish I possessed one of Master Derek's fine works. I've seen them from afar, worn by visitors to the Worm Mansion, but I've never held one before. I was never allowed to approach important guests. I'm not one for florid compliments, my lady, but I suspect the master would happily give you one of his works as a gift. He does that from time to time, when he meets someone whose beauty inspires him. Thank you, sir. Camellia lowers her lashes demurely. All right, off we go. Jana and I will look around the northern side. We'll see you when we find something, or when we give up trying.
I found something.
Excellent.
Call me again if you
Torn
need
flag
to.
of the Hound Hearts, a small but noble order of Crusaders. The ground is trampled and there are signs of battle everywhere. The Hound Hearts were clearly attacked by demons here. The tent has been cut open from the inside. The knights apparently left in a hurry.
Wherever my legs carry me. Quick, quick!
All
Else we'll
right.
miss all the fun.
Yeah, that's all I need from there. Oh, I can't use my mutagen. Oh well.
Rely on me.
Well,
you're a good person. I like you.
Yes. Yes.
Search for the beauty with your heart, not your eyes.
Yes?
And I guess that's all I can do for right now.
what's on your mind? I wonder.
This tent is different from the rest. There's a strong, burnt smell around it and a rustling sound coming from within. There we go.
I see blood. Blood!
Awesome.
I hope you appreciate this.
The ground is trampled and there are signs of battle everywhere. The Hound Hearts were clearly attacked by demons here.
Forwards? No, backwards. Backwards!
Punish me for I failed.
Come on.
Anything
I'm
for
tired.
you.
Get it together, Windowog.
What's that there?
Shield. Oh. Divine Protector +2 Mithril Heavy Shield. And we got Mithril Full Plate earlier. Oh, we should probably give Ebony this Ember. This headband. There we go.
Trail me.
That.
What's in wait for me
Melted
there?
Shard of a Ring. So we can probably give that to Storyteller. Oh crap, we missed one. And we missed that. How did we miss both of those? And Hat of Hardening Song. Interesting. Whenever the wearer of this hat uses any song, this song also grants Fast Healing 1 at level 1, Fast Healing 2 at level 5, and increasing by 1 point every 4 levels thereafter. We will sell that. That's not useful to any of us. What is this Book of Dreams? I'll keep that around. Oh, that's right. Give him Radiance. But secondary. Just so I remember not to sell it. And what else was I looking at? Yeah, okay, cool.
Ah, not this time.
A small quasi-demon emerges from the chest. It looks at you angrily, screwing up its ugly little face. It is holding a shiny object in its paws, a sparkling silver ring with a large blue-green jewel. It's mine! Mine! Elon, look! Look at that creepy thing. What is it holding? I've seen one of those before. These small demons like to tease and bully, but it'll bolt if it senses any real threat. Let's surround it and attack it all together before it can figure out what's happening. Oof. Down for the count. Mine! The Quasi throws his paws in the air and splashes you with beams of color. You hear instantly giggling. The demon is jumping up and down, throwing the ring into the air and catching it. Mine! Mine! Elon! Jana! Seelah glances at her friends, then turns to you. They're all right. They'll come around soon. Quickly, Asmodeus IV. Let's catch a little rascal before it runs off with the ring. Oh, it blinded. See, blinded Salsail. I dug it. Mine. The ring is mine. You can't catch me, silly tiefling. Oh wow! It points out that you're a tiefling. That's interesting. Come and get me. You're too slow to play.
Wherever my legs carry me.
I really need haste. Give me the ring, you scoundrel. Before Elon manages to get to the closet, the halfling Curl appears right next to it, quite out of nowhere. He snatches the ring from the demon's paws. You mustn't get it! Elon of the Hound, Curl, what are you? Thrusting herself between Elon and Curl, Seelah barely manages to absorb the blow aimed at the halfling. Elon, stop! Have you gone mad? He's using a summon spell. Why did you stop? Some lovely prey has just stepped into my trap. No, Elon, Seelah, help! Damn it, I didn't sign up for this. Get ready. We're on our own now.
I swear it.
This shouldn't be a big deal. There we go. Excellent. Elon, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl without a second thought, without a trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all of this. He might be a victim himself. What the hell? Why did you send like that? Are they saying... What the hell? They're saying Elon died? That's never happened before. How the hell did he die? That shouldn't have even been possible. Come on, man. Are you honestly saying I have to somehow keep Elon alive during this fight? He's never died out of all the times I've done this. Is that a bug? It's gotta be, right? I don't know. Okay. Turn-based mode it is. All right.
You can trust me.
Can we rest, please? I'm tired.
Well, I guess she's pulling out the skeletons. Deal with these dudes with the quickness. How? It doesn't make any sense that he would actually be able to die in that fight. And that 17 damage would do it. He was hit for 17 damage and that blew him up? What kind of knight are you? Don't complain, just deal with it. Come and get me. You're too slow. It's fun to play. All right. Once more with feeling. I don't even want to submit this as a bug because I'm not sure it's a bug. So we're just going to roll with it. Just going to roll with it.
I won't let you hurt my
All
friends.
right. Okay. Let's start with who's ever close by you. Yep. Oh, no. Excellent. Okay, we're fine with that. So I guess we don't really need, yeah, we don't need the skeletons, so we can go ahead and just deal with this.
I'll cut you wide open.
Come on over. That's fine. Okay. We do not appreciate seeing evil. And we deal with it.
No glory without
Come on, Seelah. Stop embarrassing me.
Be gone, fiend!
Oh my god. Has been dead.
Slice! Behead! Yes, behead.
I mean, damn, how many of these attacks does it take? How many times did he have to? Sheesh, that's a lot of attacks. Okay. When do, no choice here, really. There we go. Elon's still alive. Excellent. You can't charge through all that, right? Yeah. Elon. Oh, don't you dare die. I was about to say. All right.
The spirits demand your blood.
Excellent. Now can we have a real conversation? All right, so Elon, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl without a second thought, without a trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all of this. He might be a victim himself. What am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew we thought there wouldn't be anyone at the camp besides some harmless demons, so he set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had him targeting the commander from the start. Talk about believing in the redemption of scoundrels, Elon scoffs. We barely know anything about what happened. Curl is a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they threatened him, tricked him, or even bewitched him with demon magic. And now we'll never know because you let him escape. Better to let a thief escape than cut down an innocent. I'm not good or lawful. You two need to calm down. You're both right in your own way. And anyway, what's been done can't be undone. We're lucky no one died in today's little brow. But who knows where Seelah's naivety might one day lead you. Do you hear me, sister? You're not just another knight. Whatever you do may have terrible consequences. You clearly have something to say. Go ahead then, spit it out. Seelah, I didn't want to say this, but I think of you as my friend, so I'm going to warn you. After what happened at the Great Garrison, you're in serious danger, and maybe not just you. You might like to ignore military hierarchy and the rules of knightly orders, but there's wisdom in them that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises from a private to an officer. A knight begins as a squire. Even Iomede's paladins gain their abilities gradually, but not with you and the commander. You were granted incredible powers, far surpassing some seasoned paladins with experience and skill far beyond your years. You received this gift at just the right moment and saved a lot of lives across Mendev. That's a great deed that will be remembered for ages to come. But what happened next was wrong. They began to worship you. The queen gave you such vast power. all while you sidestepped everything: training, experience, hardship. This is not the first time Her Majesty has behaved rashly. And how much good has this brought, Mendev? I'm frightened by what I see, especially by the way that you, Seelah, trust people so easily and leap into adventures without looking. One day you'll lower your sword when you should have driven the blade home, just like thousands of bright-eyed youngsters will after you. Elon pauses, as if reluctant to continue, then looks you in the eye. I wanted to tell you the same thing, Commander. Chaotic. So if I understand you correctly, I'm an incompetent leader who never earned my position? Elon looks right at you with his clear blue eyes. Bear me no grudge, Commander. I'm not so ungrateful as to forget what you did for Kennebrez and how you agreed to help me. I said it to Seelah, and I'll say it again. This wasn't a reproach, but a warning. The power you've been given, it may be your undoing, and the undoing of all the Crusaders along with you. Don't be afraid of what's new and unknown. We just need to bear in mind our responsibilities. Whatever was given to us, we can use it for good. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time and subjecting you to danger here. Now at least we know that Curl is a traitor, and Jana is a coward ready to abandon her friends when the going gets rough. I hope we'll all learn a lesson from these mistakes. As for that blasted ring, to hell with it. Kiana won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. Elon makes no attempt to conceal his disappointment. Nodding goodbye, he lowers his head and walks away. Seelah watches as he leaves. Her expressive eyes are filled with sadness. Everything's become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, as the day is forth, let's go back, and I'd like to talk to you about it later. I have a lot to think about. All right. I don't think they have anything useful. Ooh, Demon Heart. There we go.
Search for the beauty with your heart, not your eyes.
All right. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Cancel that. When it checks your morale, that's when you know that you have more movement points that you can use. What would be really nice is if it would let you know when there's new recruits available. As far as I can tell, it does not. Also, when this square goes white, that's when you know you can level up. Let's see, I can do more damage, more power. I'll go for more damage. Yep. The Crusaders duly punished a group of mercenaries who had become enticed by demonic gold and turned their blades against their former allies. Those who reject the blessing of the benevolent gods and succumb to the temptation of sin deserve death, and death they got. Justice has been served, and the clerics feel that the gods are satisfied with this outcome. Resources found, energy points times 5. Excellent. A corpse in a tattered scout's cape bearing the emblem of the Crusade, was leading the undead squad. He battled on until he ran out of bolts and desperately tried to conceal his crossbow with his own body, even when the soldiers were hacking off his limbs. Oh. Hey, so sometimes you'll defeat a particular army, and in turn, they will give you more of a particular type of unit. So in this case, after defeating that army, we had some headhunters who are available, and they can join you as long as you have enough army size available for them to be able to join. You start out with 3 slots, but you have to choose feats to get more. Okay. And looks like that's right on time. Save that. And now that's automatic. Excellent. Not ready for that yet, though. All right. What is this? Ah, crap. Of course I would get this encounter when I'm fatigued. All right. Hopefully this goes okay. Let's see.
Can we rest, please? I'm tired.
Not only am I fatigued, I'm low on everything. I could
Let's
camp.
shake a leg.
No reason to pause.
But
I'll watch you back.
I don't wanna.
Approved
You're a
by
good
the
person.
best.
I like you.
The goddess protects us.
Let's see how this goes. Through the mist, you spot the flickering flames of a campfire. 3 figures wrapped in a Crusader cloaks are huddled next to it. A stout, smiling dwarf, a brash, dark-haired halfling, and a delicate-looking woman who appears to be very young. The crackling campfire is driving away the bleak fog and promising warmth and rest for tired legs. Noticing you, the halfling's head jerks towards his weapon, but then he relaxes. Hey, it's the commander himself. Don't just stand there. Have a seat by the fire. It's a bit damp today. You might as well dry off at least. In an amicable gesture, he passes you a large mug that smells of freshly brewed tea. Knowledge World 24. Who are you? Frontline scouting party. Our seniors sent us ahead to look for ambushes. We've been walking all day, so we're making a bivouac. Go ahead, help yourself to some tea. It's an honor for us to be sharing a campfire with the commander. Something in the way the halfling speaks sounds off. Senior instead of commanding officer. A bivouac instead of the more casual camp. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm like, the hell is a bivouac? Hey, maybe he's just a new recruit. A broad smile blossoms on Seelah's face. I never thought we'd run into such jovial company out here. I don't suppose you guys have anything stronger than tea in your canteens. Catching the halfling's conspiratorial look, she smiles even brighter. What are your names? Proudly lifting his chin, which bears a white scar, the halfling says, I'm Sergeant Vellum, the leader of this gang of daredevils. You can tell by Vellum's appearance that he's a fighter. He sports a nose that's been broken more than once, well-fitted gear, a gutsy spark in the eyes, all the hallmarks of a feisty, courageous warrior. The dwarf grunts and grins. Why would you call our heroic squad a gang, Vellum? I am Trad, foot soldier, cook, quartermaster, and the mother hen of this lot, and the one who sets up the tent for Atsti, given that she doesn't even have the muscle to drive a stake into the ground. With a smirk, Tran glances at the woman, who immediately turns red in the face. The sweet and terribly young cleric opens her mouth to say something, but shuts it immediately and blushes even more. Finally, she mutters sheepishly, I'm Asti. At your service, Commander. Perception 22. Look around and make sure this place is safe. Looks like these three have chosen their campsite wisely. You see no tracks and hear no signs of demons. It's the perfect place to rest and relax. Sniffing loudly, Windowalk stares at the three Crusaders suspiciously. They look awfully laid back to me, and they've made themselves a little too comfortable out here. There's a reek about this whole setup. Aren't you scared, camped out here in enemy territory? The dwarf gives you a disapproving, sidelong glance. You wound me, Commander. I've walked many roads. I know a good spot for a camp when I see one. Even if a whole column of cultists marched by, they wouldn't think of checking this place. In the meantime, we will watch quietly and count every last one. Thoroughly embarrassed, Asti adopts a serious tone and comments in Tran's direction. You and your boasting. Her two comrades greet her remark with a burst of laughter. Draw your weapon. Something's not right. Attack. Smirking brazenly, the halfling licks his lips with a surprisingly long, pustule-covered red tongue. Ha! Would you look at that? He didn't buy it. Enough of this masquerade then, everyone. No more games. The figures by the fire ripple and transform. Three gray-haired and dark-skinned elves watch you with mocking sneers. Their twisted, grimacing faces look demonic. From the haze, more previously unseen shadows materialize. They are all just as loathsome and unsettling. The campfire emits a sickly, sweet, intoxicating smell, and in the squat kettle, you see some slimy mushrooms swimming in a disgusting, boiling slurry. Who are you? The one who was pretending to be the halfling Velm makes a face, mimicking you in an obnoxious voice. Who are you? We are servants of Lord Deskari, and you are the pitiful insect that got caught in our web. The elf who was masquerading as the cleric, Asti, gives you a lecherous smile, enthusiastically dragging her tongue along the blade of her dagger. Do you like sweet little Asti? Did you want to play with her in your tent? You monsters! Seelah looks at those who appeared to be trusted allies a moment ago with open disgust. I did not see you for what you were right from the start. Dumb paladin. You really think your ability to sense evil can't be fooled? Lady Anamara taught us long ago how to trick the likes of you. Ways to conceal the evil in one's heart are not a recent invention. Your Anamara deserves no credit for devising them. What was the point of this charade? Lady Anamora desires your head and will gladly deliver it. The elf, whose voice's Tran was so convincing, lets out a repulsive snicker. You think I'm at your mercy? We'll see who the real prey is. I love it when prey tries to fight back.
Save the last one for me.
All right, let's kick it off. Okay, Seelah. No charge. Oh, well.
The light take you.
They'll beg me to stop.
All right. I don't get demonic rage until I've actually turned to a demon.
Please.
You don't have that. Okay, so the only thing you're good for is an attack. Oh, well.
Fall.
Number. Come on. He didn't get an attack of opportunity off of that? Whack. Damn. That's rough. All right. We don't don't have any more of those. So.
Into the fray.
Are you serious? Okay, whatever.
No match for me.
I'll take it. Oh, I'll take all that. I'll take all that. Woohoo.
Let the attack
Sexy.
commence.
Oh, come on. With both of us getting an attack of opportunity, we still couldn't make it happen? That's deeply frustrating. Anything we could put up over there? Nope, not really.
Surrender or else.
Yeah, I didn't expect to hit that. Seelah. Hey, okay. Almost. Excellent. That's exactly what I thought. I appreciate that. Ah, crap. Oh, she tried to fire. Nice. I'll take that. Oh, crap. I don't remember seeing her before. Alright, whatever.
Too late for apologies.
Absolutely too late. Ooh. There we go. Oh, there's another one there. Holy smokes. What is going on?
You are today's sacrifice.
Sure, I would have known that before. He could have been dealing with them. Oh, well.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Here's what it is.
They'll beg me to stop.
All right.
Slice! Behead! I will bring down the divine wrath.
I'll hit you.
Come on. Okay, so now we are here, and all you can do is do one little attack. There we go. No problem. Seelah.
The light, take you.
Almost. When do all take us home? Yeah. Great job, everyone. Got through it without needing to rest. I'm proud of you all. That was a Cold Iron Masterwork Composite Longbow that we just picked up. What does this guy have? Same thing. And what do you all have? Masterwork. That's just a regular rapier, regular daggers. Not gonna composite. Okay, so they don't have crazy gear. Equipment. Okay, and then just a bunch of regular stuff. Cool. Done with that.
Wherever my legs carry me.
And I don't know how to get out of here. I think you have to go up here. Now that I think about it. Is that true, though? Maybe not.
Forward!
Here we go.
No,
there we
no,
go.
backwards. Backwards!
And before
My
we
will
leave,
is resolute.
We will win this war.
excellent. All right. Check one more time, and we're good. All right, so it didn't go too badly. All right, now where is I going? Nightingale Grove. This is the area for the huge puzzle that was part of the Kickstarter, but as far as I know, it's not complete yet. So I'm not gonna go bother. Oop. Let's go ahead and rest. I'm not gonna bother going there. I'm definitely not the best one for divine services. She is the best one for camouflage that we have right now. That is sufficient for our night watch. Let's rest. This land has suffered so terribly under the demons. I will try to paint it as it was before the invasion. Beautiful. The way it will be again after we win. All right, limited the corruption. Save here. Don't have any of that yet. What is Nightingale Grove? I don't remember, to be honest with you. I think I vaguely remember this.
At first I said, no, I can't. Too dangerous.
I will help you.
I need that to survive. Then I argued, then agreed to do it. Oh, it's so hard to decide whether to have breakfast or not.
Trust in yourself.
Yes.
Crap.
Yes.
All right. I don't think we need to go through all the different buffs for this area. Let's just get it done. Get your hands off it. It's mine. Yours. Well, watch me. Wait, someone's here. Run. Nobody's running. Draw your weapons and fight, you cowards, or I'll cut you down myself. Actually, I should have used heroism, but whatever. I thought this was a different thing. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, quite a bit of y'all. I'm not gonna let all y'all just take. Oh, wow, really? You want to get involved with the action early, huh? Hey, he was actually able to do it and did some nice damage with it too. Okay, but now you're gone. You should really not have run up on us like that. What were you thinking? Yeah, that's all she can do. Right. Shouldn't have even done that. That probably wasn't the best move, but whatever. He's not the one I want taking that kind of damage. But we're just gonna move forward. Oh, crap. What the hell? Oh, crap. I didn't realize you were there. My bad. Just hide behind Seelah. Here you go. Oh, she missed both? Seelah, I'm disappointed. There we go. Come on now.
Eternal Rose,
Yeah.
I call upon you.
Excellent job. Woo! That's what I want to see. When do I... Yes! Make things absolutely clear with this particular individual. Come on, Ember. What was that?
May I see your entrails, please?
There we go. Oh, that was it? Oh, come on now. Come on now. Y'all gotta do better. All that talking beforehand. Made me think I was gonna get a real fight. New recipes. Collect all of that. Yeah, I guess sooner or later we'll start. I've never played around with recipes before in this game. I never needed to, but since we're doing this playthrough, we might as well go ahead, play around with them at least a little bit, see what they have to offer. I'm sure on harder levels, recipes make things a lot easier. Magic essence. All right. I think there's like just a thing you could loot laying around somewhere. Did I search all of this already? I swear that was like a bag or something that was not close to the carts. Could be in my imagination though. All right, let's go.
Trail me.
This is gonna start annoying me. I really need haste. In fact, I think Asmodeus might be good enough that I'm just gonna take out Seelah. I think it might be about that time. All right. This way. What now? Boom, doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo. Oh, so this is a shopkeeper. I think he was in Kingmaker, right?
There, I wonder.
A skeleton is walking across the waste. He moves with pep in his step, humming a tune. His skull bobs and chords with the humming, making the coins inside his head clink rhythmically. Next to him, nightmarish horses of flame and shadow draw a cart loaded with valuable-looking items. Upon seeing you, the skeleton offers a dramatic and hearty wave. Good evening to you there. Or is this what days look like in your Worldwound? Can't really tell, but no matter. Be it day or night, the Skeletal Salesman always has the best deals you can find anywhere. He proudly sweeps his bony hand over the goods in his cart. I have a special offer, a free scroll for every tiefling customer. Do you want it? I could use a free scroll. Here, please take this. I don't know from which dark corners of the abyss or hell your esteemed ancestors originated, but no one's ever refused a good old scroll of hellfire. Tell me about yourself. I'm a simple man. I keep no secrets. You can see right through me. The skeleton laughs as he knocks on his empty ribcage for emphasis. What would you like to know? How did you become who or what you are? Ooh, now that's a story and a half. Listen, well, and don't repeat my mistake so you won't be able to live with yourself. Get it? All right, moving on. Once, I was like you, exploring all sorts of ruins and filling my pockets with riches until I stumbled into a Dracolich's lair. That's one scary beast, let me tell you. A lich and a dragon. He would have eaten me whole had I not suggested a deal. I would sell off all the blades and armor left by previous adventurers. Surely he didn't have much use for all that equipment, but he could earn a tidy sum of gold. Surprisingly, he agreed, but that didn't save my life. Instead, he just turned me into a walking pile of bones. And what do you know? That was just the beginning of my troubles. For a long time, I wandered the river kingdoms, peddling wares, until I met one devious scoundrel. At first glance, he looked decent enough, decked out in armor, clearly a paladin. He asked me where my master's lair was. Obviously, he wasn't the first to take an interest, but the Draco Lich was no slouch. He put an enchantment on me so that I couldn't even remember the lair's location. However, this knight turned out to be quite the wizard, too. I'm no expert in magic, but basically, he offered to perform a ritual that would reveal the location of my master's lair. Then, he and his pals would kill the Draco Lich and give me my freedom, plus half of the horde. Sounds like a sweet deal, huh? So I agreed, like a fool. He showed me the contract and it seemed all right to me, so I just signed it right then and there. We conducted the ritual and the knight found out where my master was hiding by looking at some astral tracks or whatnot. Long story short, they killed the Draco Lich. The knight offered me my half of the treasure as promised, and then, as per the terms of our contract, He demanded payment for the ritual's components for my freedom. And then there were taxes, excess fees, and fines. Before I knew it, I had to give him all of my loot and still couldn't even cover my debt. And so he offered me a way to repay it by working as before, for his master this time. Thus, I'm still traveling, peddling, and all that until I earn every last coin that I owe him. And you know what? To pay off that kind of sum, I'm pretty sure I'll have to keep working for him until Grotus brings the end times. Now that's a story, isn't it? Someday I might even write a tragic play about myself. I'll call it Undeath of a Salesman. As for the moral, with a professional air, the skeleton holds up one white finger. The moral of the story is this: watch what you sign. That lesson is free. For the rest of what's in this fine cart, you'll have to pay in gold. Who is your new master? Did I tell you the knight looked like a paladin? Well, he wasn't anything of the sort. On the contrary, he's a servant of Mammon, the archdevil of avarice. The skeleton slightly opens his mouth to reveal a single azure coin among the gold. The coin is stamped with the disdainful visage of a devil. That's the one he sold me to, guts and all, although by then I had no guts, really. Now, at least if somebody asked me where my master's lair is, I can honestly say Erebus, the third layer of hell, palace of the royal treasurer, entrance by appointment only. I am fascinated to find out what's in that Lich Mythic Path comment option. I'm wondering if there's a way to make this your own personal salesman and release him of this debt. Anyway, do you want me to try to free you from this curse? No thanks. The skeleton waves you away with both hands. Been there, done that, only made things worse. I've had enough help. I'll make do. Do you trade with everyone, crusaders and demon worshippers alike? You bet. What do I care about which side of yours is winning anyway? Both are buying my wares, business is booming. Everybody needs a weapon and a good set of armor. You sell one thing, the next day they bring it back all ragged and full of holes, looking for a replacement. Sure, this war will probably end one day. Maybe the Crusaders will finally patch up that abyssal hole, or maybe this whole region will fall through it. That's when I'll pack up and go elsewhere. Golarion is a big place. I can always find new customers. Thank you for your answers. You're very welcome. Talking is easier than dragging a cart. I can wag my tongue all day for free, even though I don't have one. What do you sell? Oh, I have the widest choice of merchandise. Right now, I've got a fine selection of magiconial, mythorical spell thingies. Everything a wizard could want. By the way, you could advise me what would sell best in these parts now. I have a choice of exotic wares from faraway lands. Then there's the personal protection equipment and a whole arsenal for a hunter. Keep selling what you sell now. Thanks for the advice. Show me your wares. The skeleton joyfully rattles the coins in his skull. Here, take a good look. Pick anything you like. Buy all of it. So that mechanism for choosing what it is that he has in his inventory, it's a little broken right now. A lot of times you'll ask him to change, but he won't actually change. This +2 whenever it threatens a critical hit. I don't have anybody who needs that. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Medium armor, nope. No, we'll keep that around. We might need that actually. And nope, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. And bulk selling, that's 24,000. Braces of armor has its uses. What is supposed to be the advantage of... Oh, no armor check penalty, no right, but no dexterity bonus either. So interesting. It's just weird. Flaming light crossbow. Yeah, none of this is really all that great for us. Oh, wait, we haven't bought a scroll of resurrection yet. Let's go ahead and do that. Nothing like needing a scroll of resurrection and not having one, let me tell you. All right. And that'll do. Then we'll go back to him. What do you sell now? Sell exotic wares. Noted. Seek me out on the roads with new goods to buy. So basically, you'll come back to him, but a lot of times he'll still have the same equipment as before when it pops up. So it's like you have to do it multiple times.
On me. The world has suffered enough.
Cool. All right. And I think now it's time to head back to the camp. Did we already? Oh, no. We have not. Let me do this. Actually, can we recruit yet? Nope, we cannot. 42, 12, 2. The traitors who defected to the enemy side at Kennebrus are dead. Neuroscience expresses his deepest gratitude to the commander. Daily income increased. Finance points by 100. Now, mind you, just because you're able to find a particular unit out in the world doesn't mean that you can now hire that unit. So if these 10 headhunters die, they're just gone. That's it. You do not have the ability yet to actually generate these units in your army. Oh, and we have another level up. I assume when the full game releases, there'll be an actual symbol there, and I hope some sort of noise that lets you know, hey, it's time for you to go ahead and level up. Ooh, increase the maximum size of the army by 1 unit per level of this feat. I'm actually going to take this. Why is maximum size called Master of Maneuver? That's kind of weird to me. But yeah, I want more units. So, yeah. Excellent. Because we're going to come across more units as we keep going through the army. All right. Right, that's level 4. Not doing that. I'll come back when I'm supposed to do that. So the next one we're really going to want to do is level 3. But we are definitely not going to do that just yet. There's metal. Okay. Someone on the road. Commander, we caught a suspicious lad on the road. He says he's an ally, and he's desperate to talk to you. Who knows who he really is? The young man before you is trembling from his wounds and exhaustion. His boots are in tatters, and if he had any weapons or armor, he shed them along the way. His clothes are torn and his hair is wet, like he recently swam across a river. Blood oozes from the wounds on his chest and shoulders, and his skin is cracked and inflamed from the acrid water of the Worldwound. Commander, the man breathes heavily, and the words emerge as a whisper from his dry throat. My squad, ambushed, beyond the river. Help. Remain silent and wait. Barely catching his breath, he begins again. Yanker Ankelle, Hell Knight of the Order of the God Claw, under the command of Paralictor Regal Daringe. Our squad is under attack by demons far surpassing our number. Without your assistance, we are lost. Hell Knights? They've supported the Crusaders more than once in our battle against the demons. Despite their, Erebeth cringes, questionable reputation, we cannot abandon our allies in trouble. If they really are our allies, then of course, it's just... Anivia looks Yanker over closely from head to toe. I kind of think this isn't a real knight at all. A real knight would be skinned alive for losing his infamous black armor. What we see here is a stranger without rank or insignia, who wants us to march to God's nowhere. Kind of smells like a trap to me. The teachings of the God Claw are hearsay. How dare you pray to the great Asmodeus while at the same time serving other deities? Asmodeus is great, but did he create this world all by himself? No, he cooperated with other deities, both good and evil. If the king of hell was not ashamed to join forces with other deities, then we also should worship not him alone, but his closest allies as well. Yanker, Who is attacking you and why can't you handle them on your own? Large creatures that attack from the air. Some are fighters, others are, at a guess, clerics with dangerous divine magic. They look like stone come to life. I am almost certain they are gargoyles. They fell upon us from the sky while we were setting up camp and at our most vulnerable, and they taught our forces at partial strength. The Paralictor had dispatched some of our troops at scouting teams. The flying beasts didn't fight us. They just fell on us from the sky, grabbed our fighters, and either took them somewhere or threw them to their deaths. We were unprepared for that. Where's your squad now? Not far from here, beyond the river. It's not far for a single fighter who abandoned his armor and weapons, but we can't get across the river so easily. We'll have to take a detour. Even if we can save anyone, it'll seriously delay our offensive on Dresden, and will give the enemy a chance to prepare. Give me one reason why we should help you. Yanker looks at you, amazed. The Hell Knights are the formal allies of the Crusaders. After a pause, he adds, I cannot make promises on behalf of my command, but under the circumstances, you must be able to convince our Paralictor to join your army. Hell Knights in our army? That's just what we need. What did my companions think? Your companions look at their guests suspiciously. Hell Knights. With allies like them, we've no need for enemies. If it suited them, they abandoned us to the demons without a second thought. But we're not like them, are we? We have to save them. Why shouldn't we help them? They're the ones who walked into an ambush so they can get themselves out of it. The Hell Knights are heartless executioners. Saving people from the claws of demons is a good cause in itself, but these people are doing everything they can to become just like the devils. Shellen, forgive me, but I fear we should leave the Hell Knights to their fate and continue our offensive on Dresden. Do you recall Prelate Holron? Well, picture an entire army of soldiers just like him. Do we need allies like that? If they die, I shan't shed a tear. We should help them, but only if they join our forces in return. We could use some fresh blood. Hell Knights? No, not for all the gold in the world. Don't you know what kind of people they are? One minute, you're just going about your business. The next, you're locked in the stocks and there's a butcher in back armor standing in front of you. I don't know who these knights are, but if there are people suffering out there, then of course we have to help. It's what we came here to do, isn't it? The crow on her shoulder croaks resolutely, supporting her words. Huh? What? Nanio blinks a few times, baffled. This question has no scientific significance. What's interesting is how the water in the river, poisoned by the Worldwound, will affect this boy. With your permission, I'd like to examine him, or his corpse, in a few days' time. I've been contemplating the possibility of joining the Hell Knights myself. Erebeth gives you a flabbergasted look. She frowns, but refrains from comment. As far as I know, Commander, you have not passed the test and have never been formally enlisted into the ranks of any order. However, it can still be done, especially if Paralictor Derenge agrees to vouch for you. We can talk more about it later, after you meet him. We'll take the risk and try to help them. Thank you, Commander. Our forces are here. The knight points out the location on your map. The situation is critical. Please, send your reinforcements as soon as possible. I will go ahead and meet you there. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Good stuff. Look who it is. Hi. Tell me about yourself. The girl shrugs with a lazy smile. I'd be happy to, but there's kind of nothing to tell. What's so interesting about me? Quite a ragtag group you've got here, from nobles to street thieves. You got that right. Only the best for you. What do you do if the knights and nobles fail to save the world? The lowlifes are our only hope. Erebeth pawned a sword to pay for your treatment. Treatment for what? It was no big deal. I just sat in the cold too long and caught a chill. I appreciate the concern and all, but don't worry, I'm healthy as a horse now. Even so, I need to know, what medicine did Erebeth give for you? You don't seem to be getting the message. I don't want to talk about it. Not now, anyway. Ask me again in a year, or 10. Thank you for your answers. Thanks for asking. Telling you all this kind of makes me feel better. I have to go. All right, you watch yourself now. All right.
Where my legs carry me.
Is there anybody I need to talk to? Ooh. Hey, little one. They say you could do magic. An old, silver-haired fighter sizes Ember up skeptically, apparently baffled to find such a young girl in the middle of the war. He's cradling his wounded arm, which has been hastily bandaged. Can you heal me?
Yes.
Of course. Ember whistles a spell and touches the bloody bandages. Thank you. That's so much better. The soldier whips off the blood-caked rags and strokes the healthy skin underneath them. How old are you? You're only a child. I have a granddaughter at home, just like you. Oh, little girl, how did you end up here? What are you doing here in the thick of it with us? Ember gives him a light-hearted smile. I'm just like you. I came to the thick so that the thick wouldn't come to the other kids, like your granddaughter. Well, I'll be. So little and yet more courage than some officers. The old man runs his rough hand over his hair and she smiles at him again. The crow on her shoulder rubs his head on his hand like a cat. Talking to you takes a load off my mind. I reckon it's not just my arm you healed. The soldier leaves, shaking his head pensively. Ember waves happily, then turns around and notices you. Hi. Do they often come to you for help like this? Looks like your words really got to them. Do they often come to you for help like this? Ember shrugs. Demons keep hurting them. I keep healing them. But you know, it's surprising. So many soldiers come to me. They say I bring them comfort, that I give them strength. But I don't do anything like that at all. I only talk to them nicely. I'm just a feather-brained little girl. What if something I say is wrong? Maybe I should keep quiet. But I can tell that my words make them feel better. I guess I'm confused. Your words really help people, but not everyone deserves help. Don't waste your powers on the unworthy. But how can you tell who is worthy of what? What are you worthy of? Or me? How can I judge others if I don't even know about myself? Maybe I should have just taken the evil option. Oh, well. Oh, is he in here? Yep. Good afternoon, Commander. How can I help you? Tell me about yourself. To be honest, I don't have much to tell. I have done little with life until I met you. But if you want to know anything, just ask. Where are you from? From Andoran. I grew up on the outskirts of Carpendon, a large, rich city surrounded by gardens and vineyards. Just imagine, miles and miles of greenery and fragrant orchards. Cecile inhales with pleasure as if he could still sense the aromas of his faraway homeland. My family had a small winery. I worked there from a young age. I pressed juice, did a little carpentry, painted, and one day I discovered I could do more with paint than simply cover walls with it. There was a temple of Shelyn nearby. My brother and I would often spend our days there, listening to music and enjoying the stained glass windows. As a boy, my brother decided to devote himself to serving the Eternal Rose. Our parents hoped that at least I would remain to run the family business, but he makes an apologetic gesture and flashes a disarming smile. It can't be helped. The God has called me too. It's all right. I have plenty of cousins, second cousins, and other relatives. When this war is over, I'll go back there and see how they're doing. So you're an artist? The cleric smiles shyly. There's too grand a word for it, but yes, I love to paint, and I know how to. Of course, a crusade isn't the best place for art. What I managed to draw here is at best sketches. I hope when this war is over, I'll be able to turn them into real paintings. Fascinating. May I see your sketches? There is nothing special in them, but if you're really interested. Cecile hands you a folder filled with pencil sketches. You recognize familiar fighters in some of the portraits. The cleric drew them without flattery, just as they are. But beneath the features that seem boring and even ugly in life, Cecile's hand has found inner beauty, power, and dignity. The tired faces of soldiers covered with wrinkles and scars resemble an army of angels. There are landscapes in the folder as well. At first, you don't understand why these blooming hills, shady grooves, and shimmering springs seem so familiar, but you have passed by these places as you traveled around the Worldwound. though you saw them darkened and maimed by demonic influence. Soseo's pencil has restored them to their former beauty, which the demons stole from them and which the Crusaders are fighting to return. Instead of working as a craftsman, you decided to serve a deity, an interesting turn of fate. Soseo nods with a smile. Some clerics are proud of their tender hands, which have never touched anything heavier than a brush. But there's nothing ugly about hard-earned calluses. Indeed, I should say that saving the world is easier with strong hands. The smile disappears from Soseo's face and he looks down, adding, I'm sorry these hands couldn't save the people who died in Kennebrez. How did you end up in Kennebrez? A grim shadow falls over the cleric's face. I was hoping to find Trevor in the city, my brother. After my brother took his vows and was ordained a paladin of Shellen, he departed for the Crusade. He wrote home often about everything he saw, his battles, the people he helped. From his letters, I learned that he had joined the Eagle Watch at Kennebrez, but soon his letters became infrequent, and then they stopped altogether. We feared news of his death, but silence was our only answer. Not a word from him, or from his command, or his brothers in arms. Nothing. In the end, I couldn't wait any longer, and I came here myself to find Trevor, if he's still alive, or his grave, if he should have perished. But my brother seems to have vanished. I tried asking the other paladins, but they refused to talk to me, and it's very much like they're trying to avoid the need to lie. I sent official requests to their orders command. Still, I wait in vain for an answer. I joined the local church of Shellen, hoping to find out the truth one day, but the city was attacked by demons. How foolish. With your brother out of the way, if you had stayed home, you'd have inherited the family fortune. You'd be living well, not crawling around in mud. No, we're not going to do that. When your brother was preparing to become a paladin of Shellen, did he learn some kind of art too? Yes, Soseo smiles warmly. He's always been a good wood carver. Toys, whistles, window frames. Our house was the most beautiful in the area, all dressed in his wooden filigree, from the railing on the stairs to the wonder bird on the roof. I think they have added Soseo's romance into here. Let's see if we can get it. You must love your brother very much to follow him here, or you show commendable persistence in the face. No, we're gonna go good. We'll have plenty of opportunities to be evil. Oh wait, no. We have a neutral option. Sadly, the story is all too common. Many go missing in war. I know. Perhaps it is self-important to hope that it will be I who finds their loved one when every day tens and hundreds of others perish. But you see, this isn't just about vain hope. Not anymore. The Order has surrounded his disappearance with a curtain of silence, and it's natural for me to want to unravel this mystery, even if I live to regret it. How did you end up at the court of Queen Galfrey? The cleric looks down. When the city was attacked by demons, there was a hospital in our church. Every one of us was prepared to fight to the last, to cover the evacuation. But our Mother Superior wouldn't let me join the fight. She sent me for help, and everyone who stayed was killed. Why did she choose me? Maybe it was because I was new, the youngest and least experienced of the clerics, and I wouldn't be much help in battle. Or maybe she was giving me a chance to survive while the rest of them bravely died. Shellen be my witness. I did not ask for this. I would be honored to lay my own head next to theirs. I ran to the closest Mendevian garrison. I don't know by what miracle I got there. There were demons all around and everything was on fire. I remember my horse was killed right under me while I fought off some shrieking monsters. But when I came to, I awoke among friends. My first thought was that it must be a dream. In my delirium, Queen Galfrey herself was dressing my wounds. But it was true. It was the queen herself, tending to a lowly warrior. That's how I ended up in our army. I marched with them back to Kennebrez, to the ruins. How do you manage to always look like you're on your way to a tea party, not a battle? Soseo looks down for a few moments, searching in silence for the right words. At last, he softly replies, when I first got here, to the Worldwound. You know, the word terror does not convey half of what I felt. The land itself here is maimed and mutilated, desecrated. But more frightening still is what the war does to people, to their bodies and souls. For every knight in shining armor, there are 100 warriors whose souls are maimed with fear, suffering, and cruelty. Many have forgotten why they're here and now know only war. When there's a break in the fighting, they drink themselves into oblivion and wallow in the mud. They're rotting alive and don't even seek help. They give up on themselves a long time ago. Don't misunderstand me. I don't condemn them. Quite the opposite. I want to help. And to do so, I must look after myself first. Not only to treat and support them, but to remind them that there's something else besides war. There's a normal world out there, a place where blood doesn't stain the ground and people don't sleep in trenches, and a place where, as you said, they even occasionally have tea parties. The cleric smiles, but his eyes seem sad. You think they can be helped? The chaos here will keep driving people insane no matter what you do. Sometimes it feels like my work is pointless, like I'm building a house of cards in the middle of a storm or holding off an avalanche with a teaspoon. At those moments, I pray to Shelit. The goddess reminds me that nothing is in vain. It's difficult to control the madness of war, but it's possible. What is a servant of the goddess of beauty doing in a war zone? I am doing what the god is destined for me, to keep our fighters safe. I'm confident in our victory. The gods of good are on our side, so we cannot fail. But victory is not enough. I do whatever I can to help those who are holding off the forces of the abyss, so they may live long enough to see victory, without losing themselves along the way. Every one of our soldiers deserves a home where people love them and are waiting for their return. When our soldiers are finally able to go home, on that day, I may earn the right to lay down my weapons forever. Your art is so touching. Perhaps I could pose for a portrait sometime, just you and me. Soseo becomes flustered and struggles to find the right words. Finally, he brings his emotions under control and offers you a smile. Of course, if only you'd allow, it would mean a lot to me. That would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you for telling me about yourself. Soseo nods to you with a smile. Tell me about your brother. Trevor. He's always been my hero, ever since we were children. I was a coward, always telling petty lies, always running away from danger. Trevor always ran toward it. He had this saying, an army stands until peace comes. A lie stands until the truth comes out. He never lied, never let injustice pass. Never. The cleric's voice trembles and breaks, and he shakes his head. He was 8 when he was going to be a paladin, and he always went toward that goal, day after day, never looking back. I remember the day he went out to fight. I thought, this is it. The war will finally end. Trevor will defeat all the demons and close the Worldwound. But Soseo gestures helplessly. Thank you for talking to me. My pleasure. All right, question. Nope, okay. Thought there was some sort of dialogue here with him about what happened at the cemetery. But I guess not, so let's move on. Seelah looks sad and pensive. It's good to see you. Get this, Jana, the one who ran away when we were attacked by demons, never went back to her unit. She was seen running toward Numeria. Looks like she deserted. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about, or not the only thing. Since our raid on the Houndheart's camp, I've had this sinking feeling that I made a mistake. Dragging you into this, I mean. I should have known that a raid along the edge of the Worldwound wouldn't be so easy. But mostly, I was wrong about a lot of people. About Jana, who lost her nerve and abandoned her friends. About Curl. I knew he was a thief, but I really thought he'd turn over a new leaf and deserve a little compassion and trust. And Elon, I thought we were kindred spirits, friends through thick and thin. But it looks like I was wrong about him too. Seelah looks at you closely, waiting for your answer. Evil. Your ideals were mistaken from the start. Maybe now you'll see that people are weak and vicious creatures. It's pointless to try to reform them. They only fit to be controlled. You're an amazing person, Asmodeus IV. I feel a certain fortitude in you, a strength of will, even when you say something I could never agree with. She sighs. Thanks for listening to my grumbling and for helping me get to the bottom of this. I'm not going to leave things as they stand. If I get the chance, I'll track down Jana and see if I can toss some sense into her and find out why Curl did what he did. I can't stop thinking about what Elon told me in the end. I really have become more powerful than paladins who are far more experienced and selfless than me. There's something not right about it, A servant of Iomedes should gain their powers through dedicated personal effort. It's the only way to make sure they'll use the powers for good. Our journey so far, it's all wrong. And it means I need to be 3 times as hard on myself now. All right. All that's done. And hey, what the hell do you want from me? Heller nods approvingly. You earned the title of commander. Kennebreth still stands thanks to you, but you'll have to be doubly on your guard. Your eminence places a target on your back, and there are assassins about. Killing a high-ranking Crusader would bring a demon far more prestige than killing a common soldier. Not long ago, I stymied a few of the Spinner of Nightmare's attempts on the lives of influential Crusaders, so I know what I'm talking about. Who was that elf that was talking to you? She didn't introduce herself, but she was greatly interested in the volunteers that had joined the army. She thought I might know the elf she was looking for from my mercenary contracts, but I couldn't tell you any more than that. She never shared his name. Which influential Crusaders did you save from the Spinner of Nightmares? I've been hunting the Spinner of Nightmares for over a year. My agents, by that time I created a proper network, reported to me that she'd returned to Neuroscience. I immediately suspected that she was planning a great atrocity. By that time, I'd learned all too well that the Spinner was a master of illusions and charms. That's why I never left the house without this. Hillor takes a monocle from his pocket and puts it on carefully. This is the eye of truth. It allows me to see through illusions. My friend got it from the priest of Nethys. However, neither this monocle nor my network of agents were adequate to prevent the attacks, and we were nearly too late. The Spinner of Nightmares decided to strike at the Cruciform Cathedral. They had gathered to celebrate the victory of the First Crusade. It was a great holiday, and there was a lavish ceremony at the cathedral. An influential priest, Anthoclitus, was in charge of the festivities. They were intended to crown him with a tiara, a symbol of his high status, but the sacred tiara had been replaced. The Spinner had obtained an Incotulus, a sentient and rather ominous cephalopod from the other end of the world. She'd raised it from an elver and trained it carefully, and she cast an illusion on it so that everyone would see it as a tiara. The moment its shell was placed on Anthoclitus' head, the cephalopod would release its tentacles and penetrate the priest's skull. Its poison would seep into his brain, and it would seize control over Anthoclitus' dead body. Fortunately, we were able to stop this madness in time. I spotted the Spinner of Nightmares in the crowd, chased her down, and we ended up crossing swords on the roof of the cathedral. I nearly defeated her, but she fled up on a giant stallion, which was able to run across the air as if it were on the ground. I was so close to catching her. She'd suffered a setback, but I let her escape. Hiller's bitter and angry smile shows he hasn't made peace with his failure. Tell me about your confrontation with the Spinner of Nightmares. It's a long story. Telling you everything would take 2 days. Which part do you want to know? Tell me again about how it all began. No. Which influential Crusaders did you save? Nope. We'll talk about this later. As you wish, Commander. I have to go. Good luck. Watch your back. Only trust your closest friends. The enemy is cunning and treacherous.
Forwards?
All right.
No, backwards. Backwards.
Oops. All right, let's assess our equipment. Blood clarity. Whenever they wear this cloak of resistance +2 lands a killing blow, they gain immunity to mind-affecting conditions for 3 rounds. Sure. That's interesting. All right. And you're going to be up front with me, but you're good already, so you can take this, and you +3 bone. Right, because Seelah's going to be replaced very soon. Right, we'll keep that there. She can't make use of that. She can. There we go. She can make use of that. And everyone will make use of that. no shirts yet. I picked up a couple of, right, there we go. Copy that recipe. You have to manually copy the recipe before you can actually use it while camping. There we go. Cool. All right. Actually, I prefer not to. This guy just sells just about every weapon in a Mass Effect or Masterwork or Cold Iron version. So I prefer to dump all my extra stuff on him whenever possible. We're going to keep this around because I don't know if Regal uses that. And yeah, we can sell that. Don't need that. Cool. I don't think we've leveled up, so no need to go into spells and make sure that our spells are assigned properly. Okay, and none of them talked. Oh, you know what? There is one exception to that. I forgot. Now we're taking Darren back. But Darren's good. Oh, he could have used that cloak. Oh, well. Oh, well, this is what it is. December. And there is holding Finian, right? Okay, cool. Okay. I am really, really missing haste. So we're actually going to finally drop Seelah. We're going to take Nanio instead. So let me get her leveled up. There's the skills. Mirror image, I agree with. Stone Call, I do not. What do I want instead for you? This is level 2. Hideous Laughter. I guess Scorching Ray makes sense here. Fine. Greater spell focus, but do you have spell penetration? You do not. Haste. Haste. Absolute must. There we go. Oh, we are already level 6. Excellent. And okay, none of that. So I guess we will take Battering Blast, and we'll take Fireball, even though we'll probably never use it. Abundant Casting. That was a screw up. I should have. See, I don't know if. Well, I guess we're about to find out. I don't know if sleeping twice affects your ability. Oh, no. She will not use shield. Give her a couple of enlarged persons. Rest is magic missile. Affects your ability to get Regal. You know, they stress that you need to do it quickly. I know I can sleep once and get him. So we might end up having to reload this, but we'll see. A unit of mercenaries serving Horgus Worm has reached the troops with a chest full of gold coins and a message from Sir Horgus to score more victories. Cool. That's all Crusade related stuff. I wonder if that means also that we can go ahead and recruit more people. Let's see. Morale very good. Nope, still can't recruit more people yet, but we do have another army that we can use. So this is 15 shield bearers. Nice bit of reinforcements. Awesome. Okay. Can't do anything else with that. Yeah, there is an annoying bug in this game where it'll continue to do that sliding noise even after you've after you're no longer moving your Crusader piece. But it looks like it's better now. It looks like it's cutting off properly. All right. Reliable readout.
Oh, yes,
Cool.
what?
I just want to check in real quick and make sure that Regil and his people are still alive, and I'm actually going to be given an opportunity to do this mission. Let's see. Commander, come here, quickly. From the mountain, you see a raided camp and two groups of warriors, one wearing white and yellow armor, the other in black. They are led by a tall man in white priest robes. Some of the warriors glance around fretfully, their weapons shaking in their hands. You hear the screams of gargoyles from above. The beasts are approaching the camp.
Quickly, evacuate the wounded. The beasts are about to strike again. Use cloaks as stretchers. We've got to make it through. Paralictor, your people will have to cover us while...
2 more minutes left out in the open, and neither you nor I will have any troops left to order about, Crusader.
But the wounded...
Retreat to shelter.
If the man in white has anything further to add, his words are drowned out by the shrieks of gargoyles as they fall from the sky. The Paralictor will lead the unit to shelter. We need to get through to them. Awesome. Okay.
I see blood. Blood! Out of my sight!
Actually, no. We don't need it in this particular case. Awesome. Oh, I didn't know it can knock them prone.
You should have listened to reason.
That's interesting. I thought it just pushes them back.
I'll rip you apart!
Windwog.
I'll cut you wide open.
We're not gonna waste a spell on you guys.
Let the attack commence.
Fantastic. Looks like the Hell Knight continued to fight the gargoyle even from the air. They both fell to the rocks and perished. Okay. You're up front. Windwog in the middle. I suppose Darien could be here. Maybe not. We'll see. Might change that up. That'll work as a formation for now. This will probably be the team that I take into Dresden. So we'll see. I don't think we need time-based mode for the rest of this fight. But I think that's enough for one day. Sorry, I know this episode is a little bit longer than usual. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and leave me a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.